Hi there. Welcome to my show, H.O.P.E, honoring ourselves purposefully every day. A body, mind, and spirit health and wellness show for women. Today, we are coming from the beautiful Cobblestone Manor in Cardston, Alberta, and we will be discussing the topic of gut and digestive health. Almost all our health concerns can be traced back to our belly. Ensure a healthy gut, and the rest will take care of itself. Welcome to our show, H.O.P.E, honoring ourselves purposefully every day. My name is Deb Bartok, and I'm the host of the program. And I'm excited today to welcome Chelsea Scott and Gina Primavera, experts in the area of gut and digestive health. Welcome.
Thank you. We're excited.
All right, so I want to hear all about you. Can you tell me what brought you here to this point as a wellness advocate and health coach?
I was very sick a long time ago, and it's been about 8, almost 9 years that I had some really extreme health challenges. And at the time, I had a lot of family issues, different things, but I've always been a very sensitive person, like very, very sensitive, and in every way, and it's been good and bad sometimes. And when we had a really big upset in my family, my extended family, and it took me out emotionally, I would say. It was very, very hard and very traumatic, and I went into a really, really dark place. And I was very depressed. I remember not wanting to be alive for part of that time. I had a lot of trauma. So I got some help. I went to a therapist. I got some help to help me through that. And then I moved, and I was pregnant with my 5th son. And it was just so much that my body started shutting down. And I didn't understand at the time the connection between the emotional realm and the physical.
Right.
And how everything's connected in the body. So that trauma actually shut down my immune system, and my immune system started malfunctioning. I had this humongous rash come out on my face. It was all over my face, and it's almost gone. It'll come out a little bit, but it's mostly gone now.
And you feel this was because of your emotions?
It was a digestive issue as well.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was connected, but it was definitely connected, and I'll tell you in a sec. But
right.
When we were, when I was working through trying to figure out what was wrong, so like half of my body felt like a bee sting. I couldn't get off the couch. I was so dizzy. I had so many things happen in symptoms-wise, so I decided that I would try to figure it out. So I went to the doctor, and I did not get the answers I needed. I went through a lot of tests, and I was very frustrated by the time I left, because it was just pills and steroid creams and different things like that. And then I did get a test for being a celiac, so I was a celiac. So I am a celiac. My body really reacts to gluten, and that's okay. So I stopped eating gluten, and nothing changed.
Wow.
But I was also eating a normal diet at the time. You know, I was just kind of eating normally, like an average person would eat. And so I just had a lot to learn, and I think this happened for a reason, to teach me what I needed to learn. It was really important for me to learn these really, really hard, difficult health challenges.
To start helping other people, I think, is another.
Because there's no way I would have known how to help anyone if I didn't go through this crisis myself. So I started helping myself naturally, and I got my body better naturally. But I did a lot of cleanses. I did a ton of just learning how to change my diet and pull things out of the body. And I went on a fruit diet, which is kind of crazy, for 6 months. I did tinctures to pull things out of the body. It was really, really cool, but really hard. But I noticed my body was getting better. But the only problem that happened was whenever things were involved with my family in that situation, my face would flare up.
Oh, okay.
So every time I talked to them, it would flare up.
Right.
So there was a huge connection between my emotional state
Yeah.
and my physical and my digestive system. I
Yeah.
knew there was a connection happening as I started paying attention to that.
Yes. Thank you, Chelsea. We'll talk more about your tricks and
Yeah,
your
Gina's
knowledge.
story.
So Gina calls herself a poop coach.
I want to get a T-shirt that
Oh.
says Poop Coach. I don't know who's going to make that for me. But anyways, I am a poop coach, and I made that name up myself because I couldn't figure out what I was. So how I got to become a poop coach is I think I was about 14, and I was a wreck. Wow. I wanted to sleep 24/7. Usually I'd sleep for 16 hours a day. I wouldn't say fat, but I was just very inflamed and almost like fluffy. So my body was just holding inflammation and water weight. So I would look in the mirror and I would be like, oh my goodness, I'm 300 pounds. I am a 14-year-old who feels like she's 300 pounds. And my body, or my mind was just like, this is not right. And so I was sleeping, I couldn't think. It was hard for me to be active. Like if you wanted me to walk a block, I would probably sit down and just cry. I'd be like, there is no way, like my body didn't want to expend any more energy than it had to because it was trying to shut down and heal. So you heal when you sleep, that's when the body repairs itself.
Right.
So now looking back, I'm like, oh, that's why I was sleeping so much. But I was a terrible sugar addict. So growing up, we were kind of healthy. My mom was kind of the crazy one who would feed her kids plants and dirt or whatever. Okay, we didn't eat dirt, but people thought we did. And I was like, why do we not get sugar? Why do we not get what the other kids get at school? So I'd be eating like lentil soup while other kids would be eating the Gushers and the white bread with peanut butter and jelly. And so as soon as I got my own money from chores or from work, I spent it on sugar. And I would binge on the most, I don't even want to call them food, they're not even food, the most chemical freaky concoctions.
Yeah.
Because my body was so miserable because it wasn't functioning because of what I was putting in it. So my body was so miserable that I craved these miserable foods, which would give me like 5 minutes of happiness or kind of would spike the dopamine in my body. I'd be like, woo, sugar rush. So I was a sugar addict and my body just did not want to work. I couldn't do anything. I had huge bowel issues. I was irritated beyond belief. Like people who know that about me now, they're like, wait, you were an irritated soul? I was like, yeah. I would get so upset so easy. So there was irritation, there was lack of bowel movements, there was inflammation, water retention, everything. Like my body just was like, no, we're not functioning. So I went to the doctors and I said, I want to be checked for celiac disease. They did tests and tests and tests and tests, and finally they're like, yeah, there's a little bit. So I cut out gluten, just kind of like you, and I felt so good for a while. I was like, whoa, if this is what goodness feels like, woo! And then I plateaued, and my body became miserable again, and I didn't really change my diet, I just kind of took out the breads and the pastries.
Right.
And then one day I'm sitting in my room and I'm crying and I'm just begging. I'm like, whoever is listening, I don't know if it's angels, I don't know if it's God, I don't know if it's the creator. I was like, whoever is out there can hear me. I don't think that I was brought to this world to be miserable. Like, I don't think that's my purpose in life,
right.
To be a 14-year-old who just wants to cry and sleep all the time and wants to binge and then starve herself and then yo-yo diet because she feels like she's 300 pounds.
Right.
And there was a lot of emotional trauma that I got into energy work and a little bit of the emotional side later once I fixed my diet because it was kind of weird to me. I'm like energy and emotions and trauma, if you get rid of those or work with them, like that can heal you. What? Because I'm very much like a tangible person, like it has to be food. So I changed my diet, which was really hard at such a young age.
Right.
And so I just kept saying, I'm not meant to be miserable. I wasn't here to be miserable. I was here to thrive. So I changed my diet. I cut out gluten first, and then I went to a plant-based diet. So all fruits, all vegetables, all raw nuts, legumes, and then gluten-free grains. Mm-hmm. So I did that, and then my body just was like, I love you. Like,
Flourished.
you finally listened to me.
Right.
And I started running, I started hiking, I started biking. But it took me a good 10 years to finally heal. And then I remember my bowel movement started getting so beautiful. Like, when I would go to the bathroom, in the morning, I would wake up and be like, watch out, world, because I am coming. I felt clean, I felt energized, my stomach was flat, and most girls want a cute little flat stomach. Like, nobody wants to
Right.
be bloated and uncomfortable and not want to wear pants.
Right.
So, and then I started getting basically obsessed with the idea that bowel movements
Are important.
are one of the keys to health. So it's
Right.
nutrients in, whether
Yeah.
that's in oil form, it's food form, it's the thoughts that you put into your body, that can also be a nutrient as well. And it's waste out. Nutrients
Yeah.
in, waste out. That's what I consider health. And so I went to school, I became a colon hydrotherapist, I became a herbalist and a nutritionist. And with all of that said and done, equals poop coach.
Okay. Well, thank you. So tell me, what is a healthy bowel movement? Or should I call it poop?
Call it poop. I'm
right.
trying to get this, that you can say poop. Like, a lot of people are
Okay.
like, whoa, that's a weird word. And I'm like, no, it's a beautiful 4-letter word. Like, we're going to say poop. I'm going to make a shirt. It's going to be great. So if you look at the Bristol stool chart, you'll see, I think there's numbers 1 through 7. Number 3 and 4, those are the ones you want. So it's like the most beautiful thing that will come out of your body. It's about, you want it a pretty good thickness. And it should be fairly long, and when it comes out of you, it should come out super quick. So when men sit in the bathroom for 20 minutes, I'm like, no. We have a gut issue.
You have a gut issue.
Or you've
Okay.
pooped and you're just sitting there trying to get out of dishes. Like, not allowed. So it should take you about 3 to 4 seconds for that beautiful bowel movement to slink out of you, and it should kind of have a little bit of a curvature to it, but it shouldn't be like super, super hard. But you should have a beautiful, like, thick bowel movement that's about this long that can come out of you. Because you want to release it all from the large intestine.
Right. You want to empty it out.
So between 3 and 4 on the Bristol stool chart, and I have people send me pictures of their bowel movements, and I don't even mind it. They'll send me pictures like this big. It's a beautiful size, but I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, can we just reach for the stars here and get a little bit bigger? So between
Does it
3
mean
and
there's
4.
not enough moisture when it's cut off, or?
It could mean a lot of things. So it could mean that you're low on magnesium and the
Okay.
muscles, because magnesium is for muscle function, and that's what helps push things out. Sometimes when you lift your knees up a little bit, the squatty potties, that will help line up the colon so everything can come out a little bit better. If it doesn't come out in a beautiful thick log, then you could have inflammation in there. Like, there's so many
Right.
things. You could have bowel movement that has been sitting there for a couple years, and then you get a skinny one that comes out because you're not eliminating everything.
Okay. What about if it floats? Little particles float.
Particles or
Well,
the whole
the
poop?
whole kind of, it
That's
comes out broken and it floats.
That's usually a bit of a liver issue.
Okay.
Where the liver hasn't, like, you haven't pushed out enough bile,
Okay.
and so it hasn't broken down the fat, and fat floats. And so
Right.
your bowel movement will
Okay.
float. You want one that sinks down to the toilet, because then you're like, my liver and gallbladder are doing their job, and I haven't eaten a ton of bad fats, so where the body can't
Right.
digest or break them
Okay.
down.
So we want to have healthy poops. We want to have a healthy gut. So as a doTERRA wellness coach, advocate,
Yes.
sorry, what can you tell us?
Okay, so one thing that I tell people right away is they need to drink a lot of water in the morning.
Yes.
And they need lemon. And there's a difference between the chemical constituents of lemon oil and lemon juice. And I
Tell
use
us
lemon
about
oil.
that.
So it's the lemon oil is the rind of the lemon, and
Okay.
it's cold pressed, and it's a lot stronger. So you only need 1 or 2 drops in your water, and it will start flushing your organs and helping neutralize the acidity throughout the body. So you want to drink a big thing of water. That's what I do every morning.
Right.
Quart, it's usually about a quart, some couple drops of water. So that's all you need. And I love the accessibility of just having lemon oil by my sink, and I put 2
Yeah.
drops in there, and it's good.
Yeah.
Another thing that's huge and I've learned a lot about is enzymes. Like I research enzymes. I love enzymes. But there's specific bacteria in your gut that's bad bacteria that it's kind of like has an outer shell. So it's really hard to kill it, and you need a specific enzymes to break down that shell. So it will get inside and get that bacteria out. So taking an enzyme, as much as we can with nutrition, we're doing the best we can, but I think we need extra help.
I
And
agree.
getting a really great enzyme that will break down those shells so that other stuff can come out, and then it helps to support the body. So when your body is digesting food, the energy goes there, right? So when you're not, like if you're taking an enzyme to help support your digestive system, more work can go to other areas of
Right.
the body.
You have more
because I
energy.
feel like we are lacking in some things that we're needing in our diet in this time and age.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's a really big one. And the other thing is probiotics, because you're restoring your gut health. You're going to add some good bacteria back to the gut, so everything's working in harmony and it's balanced. Because you need
Right.
good and bad bacteria in your
Yeah,
gut. You just don't
you
want an
do.
overgrowth of bad.
So, in a nutshell, do's and don'ts.
Sugar?
Sugar.
Fruit sugar, totally
Do.
fine.
Yes.
Do.
Eat all
No,
the
There's
don't.
a difference between sugar and fruit sugar. One's a complex sugar. It's harder to break
Is
down.
there too much fruit, though, that you can eat where it
don't
does
think so.
turn it into
No.
an unhealthy sugar?
If you're full of other stuff, it's going to be a problem. But
Okay.
if you're eating clean, it's just going to bless your life.
If you're eating a whole form of fruit, not from a can, not doused in sugar or syrup, you can have all the fruit in the world and you will be totally fine. It's not going to make you fat. It's actually going to cleanse you. So I know a lot of people, or a lot of my clients, they're just like, Gina, I can't drink all of this water. I'm like, well, are you eating fruits and vegetables in their whole raw form? That's where you're going to get a lot of your water intake, and that's what's going to go into the cells and start to cleanse them out as well. So fruit sugars, please eat all the fruit, the whole fruit that you want.
Okay, so that's a big do.
Yes.
Don'ts.
Mucus forming foods are a no-no.
So
So
dairy.
be aware that if you're putting in, should I say it out loud?
Say it. Girl, this is health. This is people's
Yes,
health on
yes.
the line.
Go
If
ahead.
you're putting in animal products for sure, and I'm talking about dairy. I'm talking about cheese, very hard to digest. Yogurts, all those things, they're very mucus forming in the body. So, and it's very inflaming to the body. Inflammatory turns way up. And you're like, well, it has calcium. How do cows get calcium? They don't drink their milk until they're one, like they're babies. So that's a big one. So when I did my detox and I was eating nothing for 18 days, I did a lemon juice cleanse. And I
Okay.
was very intentional about trying to get my body better and clean it. I was eliminating black tar, mucoid plaque off my gut.
That stuff is fruity.
Wow.
18.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're thinking about that, my dad's done a water fast for 40 days. He's done cleanses like this. It does that. The body knows what to do when you give it a break. Get out of your way.
Right.
Stop putting in stuff you shouldn't. That hurts it.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Tell us how we can find you.
Okay, for me, I have a Facebook page. You can find me there. doTERRA Moma 7 is what it's called, or EO Freedom, Essential Oil Freedom. I work for
Okay.
doTERRA Essential Oils. So I do a lot of the emotional healing that goes along, and it's all connected. That's what I do as well in my practice.
Great.
And for me, you can find me on Facebook or Instagram. The Instagram is at Love Your Guts with a Z. And what else do I have? I have an email. Oh, I have a website. It's loveyourgutswithaz.com. And I have recipes on there. That's where you can find my email address. If you wanted a health routine, if you wanted to send me pictures of your bowel movements,
She's
be
a
like,
foodie. She's really good with the food.
oh, I love
Healthy
food.
food. Yes, delicious, healthy food.
So yeah, loveyourguts.com for me, and there, yeah, that's where it is.
And you can find links to both of them, both Chelsea and Gina, on my Facebook page. Well, thank you so much. Let's have a toast with
Woo,
our
cheers.
water.
We need some lemon. We need some lemon.
Me too. Where's the lemon oil? Thank you.
The road to good health is paved with good intestines.
We are now in Gina's kitchen, and she's going to bust the myth that a smoothie can't taste great if it's healthy.
Yes, I cannot handle when people are like, what do you eat? Like, what? They think that I just gnaw on a piece of kale all day long. I'm like, no. Like, healthy, nourishing food can be so good. Where that's all you want. Like, you start to crave healthy food because it tastes delicious. So.
And my smoothie consists of, I think I told you, spinach, kale, water, turmeric,
Whoa.
blueberries, blend up, and down it goes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple smoothie hacks that will make your smoothie, it almost tastes like ice cream. Like, you feel like you're eating
Whoa.
a berry ice cream.
Nice.
You don't have to chug it like this. That's just like, that's not supposed to happen. So do you want to jump into it? Or
Yes,
okay.
let's jump into it. And this is especially good for the gut, right?
Yeah, it's
And
good
digestive.
for the whole body. So it's very gentle on the gut, and the nutrients can get absorbed into your body. It's also good for people who struggle with drinking water throughout the day, because you are hydrating yourself so much with this smoothie, and you're also getting your fruits, you're getting your vegetables, and you're getting a little bit of, I put some magical powders, I call them, in here, just to get the nutrient boost that you need. So you're getting hydration and then literally everything you need to fuel your morning. I had one of these for supper yesterday just because I wanted a cold smoothie. So you can have them any day. You can make them into popsicles. You can do whatever
Sounds great.
you want. So usually I start with a base of, I love soy milk. Everybody kind of bashes on soy and they're like, oh, don't eat it because of estrogen and it causes cancer and blah, blah, blah. I don't mind soy if I have it once in a while, and there's definitely other things in the world that affect hormonal imbalance and that kind of stuff. So soy, I feel, is the least of my worries. So I usually put about a cup of soy milk in here, and it's creamier.
But we're out of soy milk today, so we're going to use good old H2O.
Water, just from the tap. So I'll probably put 2 cups in there. We're making a smoothie to share.
We've got raspberries and strawberries. Yum.
So I'm super, super spoiled that my father-in-law has a garden, and he could garden every day of the week if winter wasn't here in Canada. And so these are fresh raspberries from the garden from last year. And I don't measure. I think it's the most, other than the 2 cups of water, I'm like, if it looks like 2 cups. So we just kind of pour things in. I think that's another thing that bothers me about healthy eating, is when people are like, I need 1 cup of spinach, 1 thing of carrots. I'm like, just eat
I do hands full too.
Yeah, eat until you're full, throw stuff in. These are also berries from the garden.
Strawberries.
So you can just, usually we go to Costco and we'll grab a big berry mix.
Right.
And it has cherries and blueberries in it, but we got fresh stuff from the garden today.
Good.
Okay, the secret to the best smoothie is frozen ripe bananas. So you need to get them when they're in those little white bags that say 30% off. Sometimes they're still not ripe, but you want the little
brown dots.
Yeah, the speckles on it. And that is what's going to make your smoothie extra sweet, so you don't have to pour in. Somebody poured like agave syrup or like maple syrup into their smoothie, and I was like, you don't have to use a syrup extract. You can use a ripe banana.
Bananas.
So this also is a dairy substitute. So if someone wants that really creamy thick, then it's always frozen banana. We have bags of them in our freezer. And you can see on this one that there was a bad spot because it was so ripe. So you just cut it off, throw those in, and then the Power Energy Greens.
Yep, there it is.
So I am...
Spinach and kale together, is it?
Yeah, it's a spinach and kale, and I think there's some other red, maybe it's Swiss chard. I think there's some Swiss, oh, check this out. Spinach, red and green chard, baby kale are the 3 ones in here. So you're just getting, this is where your protein will come from, and fruit also has protein in it, so don't worry about that. When it comes to greens, I always buy organic greens. I'll kind of, if the price isn't right, then I won't buy like apples or something organic, but greens are one of the heavier, they're pesticide heavy, and so we always buy the organic ones. So we just put a good old handful in there. And this one, we freeze these so we can buy them in bulk, and then we just put them in the freezer.
Yeah, it's just noticing they're frozen.
Because you're gonna blend it up and it doesn't taste slimy. There we go, throw some in there.
I've never froze my greens.
It's weird because you don't want to, I mean, if you're making it to a soup, then you can freeze it, or if you're putting it in a smoothie, because it kind of has that slimy texture.
Oh.
We do that, and then the other secret is some sort of nut butter. I stay away from peanuts.
So that's your protein too.
So peanuts are very inflammatory. If you notice, peanut allergies are on the rise, and it's like, well, why are they on the rise? Something is not right with them, or how they're grown, or how they're stored. And so I just put a giant spoonful of, this is a nut butter mix, and this also helps make it creamy. But this has a bunch of chia seeds in it, so you also get
that's what they are.
the omegas in there. Yeah, there's little black stuff.
Right.
So we put those in there, and this has cashew, this has almond butter in it. Sometimes I just use almond butter, but I'll put a heaping spoonful in there because it's so delicious. So frozen bananas, they have to be frozen. That is the secret. And then the nut butter right there.
Okay.
And then I blend it up. It's easier if you have one of this is a Vitamix. If you have a Vitamix or a Blendtec, it's a lot easier to get that smooth, creamy, like ice cream texture to it.
Smoothie, yeah.
Then we got a little tamper. It's gonna be loud. You guys ready? Here we go. Power on. Okay. Yeah, go time.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks like ice cream.
Voila, taste test. That's all you. Oh, girl, you gotta lick it. You gotta lick the spoon.
That's good.
All right, I'll do it.
It is good.
That's
Yum.
what I'm talking about.
That is like ice cream.
Ooh, the raspberries. Which I love the raspberries because they also help with.
And the nut butter.
It's seriously, it's the
Especially because I
magical-
don't usually have nut butter, so I can definitely taste the
It's
difference.
a magical ingredient. So raspberries, they're helping balance out the hormones. There's protein in them. There's antioxidants. And then you have the protein from the greens. You have the antioxidants, the chlorophyll. So this is a very anti-inflammatory,
Right.
super good, yummy smoothie. Like, look how thick.
Yeah. Yeah, you can eat it like ice cream. Or
And
probably put it in a cone,
Ooh.
a healthy cone.
That is true. Made out of kale. Just kidding. Healthy's not just kale. So yeah, that's basically, and you can
Great.
You can do anything, but the base of a good smoothie is basically frozen bananas.
Yeah.
Like you can do a celery and a pineapple, frozen bananas, and some kale and spinach, and it is amazing.
Right.
But you just need that frozen banana.
Need that frozen banana.
And then some almond butter.
Thank you so much, Gina. That's wonderful.
You ready to eat? Turn off that camera.
Ready.
We want to have a smoothie.
Almost nothing influences our gut bacteria as much as the food we eat.
Welcome to Raymond. We are here at Studio 8 with owner Tasha and yoga instructor Stephanie. Welcome. After Tasha tells us about her vision for this place and why she created it, Stephanie's going to take us inside and show us a couple of digestive and gut health moves, yoga style. Tasha, tell us why you created this wonderful place. Wonderful idea, by the way.
Thank you, Deb. Thanks. Okay, I started Studio 8 because there was a need in our community. We moved to Raymond a few years ago, and I learned real quick that there was an obvious need for a facility to offer group fitness. So that was our first real purpose was to find a facility where we could gather all the group instructors in town that were kind of spread out all over the place and bring us under one roof, like Stephanie.
How many do you have?
There's about 23.
Oh, wow.
23 instructors, and we're all under one roof now. And I just know the importance of group fitness. And we've called it Studio 8 because recognizing that there's 8 dimensions to our health and wellness, physical just being one of them. So the wonderful thing about fitness is that it touches all our dimensions of health. It touches our mental wellness and our emotional and our social. And that's a big thing about group fitness is that environmental, there's so many important areas, physical just being one of them. But fitness is so beneficial in all areas. So that's why we called it Studio 8. So and then we say anything that will strengthen and nourish the body is something that we invite at Studio 8, something that we're very interested in. So we offer more than just fitness classes, and we have all areas of wellness classes we offer here. So.
And I know, like me, you go from body, mind, and spirit. So you go for health in all those areas.
Yes.
And what do you offer?
A much more holistic approach.
Right.
What kind of classes do we offer? Everything from yoga to boot camp to weights to regular cardio classes. And then we offer we have an instructor that comes in and offers meditation and teaches us positive affirmations. Okay. That's a really nice class. And then we just invite speakers all the time to come in and offer different classes.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you, Tasha. Stephanie, let's go inside.
Okay, let's do it.
Hey, Stephanie. Tell us what to do.
All right, Deb. So, being that our focus is on gut health, I'm going to take you through 3 yoga moves.
Okay.
Very, very simple. Anyone can do them at any fitness level, at any time of the day, and really any place as long as you have a spot to lay down.
Wonderful.
So, I will start you with some spinal twists.
Okay.
So you're sitting up nice and tall,
Okay.
always drawing
Nice
belly
and
button
tall.
in and up towards the spine. So you're going to take your right hand back and have a look over your right shoulder. So think big breath in as you fill up, and then you're going to twist and look over your right side. And just have a look over your shoulder. So think chin over your shoulder. So that's giving you a really nice twist through the organs.
I feel
It's
it.
like a nice massage through there.
Yeah.
So now you're going to take a breath. We're going to unwind and go to your other side and look over your shoulder, sitting up nice and tall. And really, you can take that twist as deep as you want. It really depends on the body. And the more you do it, the more flexibility comes within the spine and within the midsection as well. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Your air, your oxygen is what's healing to the body. And we are very bad breathers. We tend to hold our breath through life. So come back to your center. And so now I'm going to take you through a movement that you can do laying down.
Okay.
So you're going to tuck your knees up. There we go. So now let's extend your right side. We'll use your left knee.
Okay.
And you want to think of your descent. So always engaging through the core because we want strong core to support the gut as well. So you think of curling the tailbone under. It's like a C shape. So we're going to use this and really gently come down and draw that knee right in. Beautiful. So we're going to tuck the knee right up towards the chest and towards the armpit. Now let's take that left hand out. Perfect. Relax the shoulder. Take a big breath in, and when you're ready to exhale, we're going to draw your knee over to your right side. So you can stop about halfway, which is a good place to start. And you're resting your top foot on your bottom thigh. So you can relax into the position and have a look over your shoulder. Perfect. So again, we're just massaging. You think of twisting and wringing out the organs. And it's a beautiful stretch and spine for the spine as well. So now let's take a breath and come back. We always want to balance. So you're going to draw your right side in this time. Take the left side out. So right knee, yeah, perfect.
Here we go.
Take that right arm out this time. Big breath in. As you exhale, think of relaxing over. Now sometimes if you get really lucky, you feel this beautiful little adjustment in the Draw back to center, so take that breath back. Now we're going to take your left knee back in. Perfect. So now I always tell everybody your yogi fingers, think of your peace fingers.
Okay.
Okay? Now if we can, you can reach through to your big toes and you can cap off with your thumb. Okay? So again, you look great because you want to relax your shoulders, you want to relax your head. Think of softening your hips. Now just let your knees open very gently. Let your lower back, the sacral area relax towards the floor. Now when you're ready, take another breath. And all we're going to do is draw the feet towards the ceiling and then relax the weight of your thighs. So relax the weight of your thighs. Think your knees coming down towards the armpit. Your thighs coming down towards the floor. And just let gravity do the work. And that just helps open up all of those areas. So if there is any problems with constipation, anything through the intestines, this just helps relax and open up through the hips.
Nice.
And you can rock back and forth if that feels good. It's literally happy baby. You think of a baby happy and they're playing and enjoying life. You could stay there all day if you wanted to.
Wonderful.
And then when you're ready, let go of the feet, relax the knees, cross the feet, hands behind the thighs, and you're going to think of a little tuck and roll to seat. So you draw in and adjust up to your seat, and then relax.
Wow.
And there's your 3 easy movements that you can do at any time of day. Thanks, Ed.
Thank you. Thank you, Stephanie. Hi there. In today's segment, we're going to discuss the benefits of walking after a big meal. Walking after a big meal aids in digestive health. How? Well, it speeds up the rate at which food moves through the stomach. Essentially, walking after a big meal clears glucose from the bloodstream to lower blood sugar levels, which makes for a healthier, happier digestive system, which, let's face it, makes for a healthy, happier you and me. So, I've parked at the far end of the parking lot at University of Lethbridge. I'm going inside and I've found a corner at the end of the parking lot. And I'm going to walk to the door, and I encourage all of you, if you have to go grocery shopping or you can't go for a walk around the block or in the park, then find that lonely parking place at the other end of the parking lot and make your way to the door. Take that couple of minutes and it will help you in your digestive tract. Here we go. Walking. Still walking. Still going strong. Welcome to Coach's Corner. I believe the freedom to make our own choices is a gift given to each of us. Even if we can't choose all of our circumstances, we can choose how we think about them. As a developmental life coach, I focus on this gift of choice. Many of us who become stuck do so because we are listening or choosing to listen to negative thoughts stemmed from limiting subconscious beliefs which sabotage our behaviors and our progress. Right now I'm writing a book on this very topic, which will be published soon. It's called Pillow Talk. In the book, I discuss the importance of identifying the thoughts we have when we first wake up and when we lie down to sleep while our heads are resting on our pillows. We analyze the self-talk that is going on during this time. After identifying those thoughts, we determine whether or not they are serving us in our pursuit of wellness, in our pursuit of happiness. If they aren't, there are exercises and steps given that will help us to shift and change those thoughts so we can begin and end our day positively. Today, and throughout this month, I'd like to challenge each of you to consider what negative thoughts you may be having that are holding you back. There will be a discussion on my Facebook page if you would like to participate. I'd also like you to consider this quote: "Mind your thoughts, because your whole body is eavesdropping. Your thoughts determine your destiny." There is truth to you are what you think, you are what you believe, you are what you choose. So please take the time to look inward and discover what you think and believe and how it is affecting your choices. Welcome to Deidre's workroom. She is an old friend of mine. That doesn't mean she's old. It means that we've known each other a long time. I knew her when I lived in the shoe swap, when we lived in the shoe swap.
That's right, yeah.
And it's been so nice to reconnect. And Deidre is a health practitioner, health and wellness practitioner. Alternative health and wellness practitioner. Thank you. And she's going to show us today some different modalities in healing the digestive system with reflexology and massage. So Deidre, what are you going to show me today that's going to help my digestive and gut health?
Well, what I'm going to show today is working on your feet, which is reflexology. So I'm going to be working on some points of the feet, and that will help your digestive system. So that's what I'm going to show you today.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. I'll just have you put your feet right up here.
Okay.
And you can sit up or lay down, whichever you want.
Thank you. I'm going to sit.
Oh, and look at these beautiful manicured
yes,
toes. Oh my goodness. She did that just for me. I love it. So I'm going to get some massage oil, which has some really beautiful aromas. Are you allergic at all, Debbie?
I'm not.
Any aromas?
I'm not.
All right, I have actually tangerine in here, which is very relaxing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply some oils onto the feet so that I will be able to work on you.
Nice. Already it feels great.
It does. This is some of my favorite parts is the massage. Like, just to even have this done. Also, too, what I'm doing here is working with the lymphatic system to get that going as well. All right.
When I was quite a bit younger, I had reflexology done, and I think it was at the bottom of my big toe. They found that there was some stomach issues, and she worked, and actually worked them out.
Yes, yes. And actually that is very true. You do start, well, you can start anywhere on the foot that you want. I start usually towards the heels and work up from there.
Right.
But we are coming into, and I'll just have you lift your knee, this one, so that the camera can see right where I'm going. I'm coming up, and I'm going to be coming right into the digestive system here now.
Okay.
Okay?
So it's kind of in the...
Yeah, so you're totally right. The stomach is right in this area, and the esophagus and whatnot here, and into the digestive system here.
Okay, so I thought it was the big toe, but the big toe I think was maybe the...
Neck and head.
Yeah, so it was
Big toe
congestion?
is the neck and head, yes.
Okay.
And eyes, ears, nose, and throat.
Okay.
Then we come into the shoulders. Across here is the shoulders.
Oh, cool.
And again into here, into the heart, and down into the stomach and to the digestive system, all in through here, and all the other organ systems. So this is what I'm doing, and first of all, just warming up the foot so that your energy and my energy meet.
Yay.
And get to know
Oh, we
one
do that
another.
so well.
We do. Yeah, and so then just again going through some of the areas, getting lymphatic. This is all lymphatic drainage here that I want to get going, and doing some work. So that's what we're doing here, is now we're working on the digestive system. And
Okay, so is it true that if it's uncomfortable for me, that might signify a
Yes.
problem in that area?
yes, sometimes people are very tender. Other people are very high pain tolerance, and so they don't, a lot of them don't feel
Right.
too much, but definitely for those that are suffering greatly from different parts of their body, pick up different energies in the foot as well. Can cause pain or sensations, those kinds of things too. I always like to say sensation rather than pain, because you can go through a sensation.
Right, true. It's just something different that you're
a
feeling.
word association can cause or create
Right.
different feelings.
Right.
So if you breathe through your sensations, then it's much easier for you.
Our body is an ecosystem. This ecosystem must be maintained.
As a Psyche facilitator, I help clients first to identify and second to shift and change limiting subconscious beliefs they have likely carried with them for most, if not all, their lives. These limiting beliefs trigger us into self-sabotaging behaviors that do not serve us well in our pursuit for health and wellness. Some of the negative beliefs we may have that affect our digestive and gut health are: 1, I don't feel safe. 2, I don't trust the process of life. And 3, I can't let go. When we carry these beliefs, we tend to hold on to pain, fear, and frustration, or hold in an attempt to control every situation in our lives, blocking our progress and upsetting the natural flow of life, which keeps us stuck. Physically, we become blocked. Our digestive system loses its natural flow, holding on and holding in, which leads to unhealthy digestion and gut. The beliefs we want to shift to are: 1, I am safe. 2, I trust the process of life. And 3, I can let go and let it be. There's such a difference even in the energy when you say these things. Yes, affirmations like these can help you to shift negative beliefs that keep you from reaching your true potential, that keep you moving forward in your search for health and wellness in all areas of your life. Coming up next is a music performance video which was filmed at the beautiful rustic Pain Lake Lodge in Mountain View. The talented musician Cheryl Davidson accompanies me on guitar. This is a song I wrote entitled No Holding On, which is simply about allowing our feelings to flow through us in our quest to stand in our light. I feel the pain running through every vein. I won't let it stay. No holding on, let it flow away. Every time I want to cry, those unshed tears, I won't deny. They'll wash away all the fears behind the mask, behind the tears. No holding on, no holding in. I'll reach beyond what might have been. Allow the lingering darkness out as light shines in and all about. I feel the ache of all the stress of my mistakes, and I will release, surrender all, and find my peace. Every time I want to cry those unshed tears, I won't deny. They'll wash away all the fears behind the mask, behind those tears. No holding on, no holding in. I'll reach beyond what might have been. Allow the rain bring darkness out as light shines in and all about. I feel the pain and I'm letting go. I'm excited to be on this health and wellness journey with you. When I first considered doing the show, I thought I would wait, work on myself for about a year, and then come before you new and improved. But then, after further consideration, I decided I wanted to share my journey, to come before you even as I am, real, honest, and vulnerable. Brené Brown, who teaches us that embracing vulnerability is actually beautiful, says, to be vulnerable means to show up and be seen, to ask for what you need, to talk about your feelings, to have those hard conversations. This is what we will be doing in each episode of this show. Just over 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition, probably stemming from the years of abuse I inflicted on my body while in the throes of a serious eating disorder. From mismanagement, years of stress and anxiety, and so many more issues. Over the past 10 years, as I have sought and found self-healing, I have become educated and certified in certain healing modalities and also in developmental life coaching. Though I have found healing in many areas, I still find myself stuck in others. The purpose of this show, Hope, honoring ourselves purposefully every day, is to glean from the knowledge, wisdom, and inspiration of people interviewed on this show, as well as learn from each other as we work toward ultimate body, mind, and spirit health and wellness. We will do so by purposefully setting goals and taking action steps that align with these goals. For example, this month we talked about ways to improve our digestive health. I have some goals and created action steps that align with those goals to improve my digestive health. These goals and action steps are: first goal, to eat a plant-based diet. The action steps, Gina is going to cook for me and share recipes. Number 2, healthy exercise for digestion. The action step, 20 minutes per day of yoga, reflexology, and massage. Goal number 3, to let go of stress and anxiety. The action steps, practice letting go using positive affirmations and positive mindset meditation. I hope you will join me on this health and wellness journey no matter where you may find yourself today. The important thing is to start where you are at right now and move yourself continually forward toward your goals by taking action steps that align with those goals and intentions. We can do this together. To follow me on my journey and for more behind the scenes photos, videos, links, and information, please go to my Facebook page, Hope. I'll see you there.
Gut health is vital for your health. If you want optimal immunity, digestion, mental clarity, abundant energy, thyroid function, and hormonal balance, focus on rebuilding your gut health.